Alright, to simplify I to a power, you've got to remember the pattern. I to the power of 1 is just I, because anything to the power of 1 is I. I to the power of 2 is negative 1, which is something you have to know from the definition. Don't forget that that is what I squared is. I to the power of 3 then is that negative 1 times I, which is negative I. And then I to the power of 4 is 1. So then what happens next is, if we multiplied by I again, we would just get right back up to I. So you can memorize this pattern, that it's I, negative 1, negative I, 1. I, negative 1, negative I, 1. So one thing that you can do to help you remember this pattern is it switches back and forth between imaginary to real, to imaginary to real, to imaginary to real, to imaginary to real. It makes sense because it's the same thing if we're multiplying a negative 1 times a negative 1 times a negative 1. 1 times a negative 1 times a negative 1. It's always going to go positive, then times another negative makes it negative, times another negative makes it positive. Just goes back and forth. Alright, so to figure out I to the power of 43, what you have to do is you'll notice that all the I to the powers are going to equal 1 if they're a multiple of 4. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to make a little chart for you here. Alright, so I made a little chart for you. Now obviously you're not going to want to have to make this entire chart. This is just to show you the pattern here. So I is the same as I to the power of 1, I to the power of 5, I to the power of 9, I to the power of 13, I to the power of 17, and negative 1 is the same as I squared, I to the power of 6, that's supposed to be a 6, I to the power of 10, 14, 18. What you'll notice is that one of these has the most strongest pattern. They're all going up by 4, but this one is always multiples of 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So we think about this as I to the power of 40 then, since that's a multiple of 4, would be 1. So then I to the power of 40 would fit into this pattern here, I to the power of 40. So then this would be, if we went to the next row, it would be I to the power of 41, I to the power of 42, I to the power of 43 fits with this row, which makes it negative I. So in this case, I to the power of 43 equals negative I. That's what we do when we're simplifying. Because it's certainly easier to say negative I instead of I to the power of 43. It's much simpler. Alright, and that's it for that video.